If you're new watching my video, please hit the button below to subscribe, and let's get started. We have had a roller coaster of a journey on YouTube, and you have the fastest channel to reach 4 million subscribers in 3 months with just 50 videos. What are we overlooking in our search for the answer? To learn more about what Beluga discovered about YouTube in June, I decided to dig deeper into his history. As it turns out, Beluga has discovered the new blueprint for growing a YouTube channel by using the 3-step system to defeat the algorithm. The thing is, when Beluga first started his channel, it was unclear what his strategy was. As you can see, YouTube's algorithm is designed to offer interesting and well-made videos to the correct audience based on 2 major metrics: views and likes. You can see how many people click on a video by looking at their proportion of people who do so and by looking at their average view time. However, how can YouTube assess if a video is excellent when no one views it in the first place? The first 1,000 visitors are always the most difficult for some content providers to reach through keyword search utilizing their target audience. Beluga's YouTube journey began in 2019, after growing this channel to almost 1 million subscribers. He wanted a new challenge, so he decided to use a growth catalyst. You see, the truth is that this wasn't Beluga's first channel. In fact, he began in 2019 when he launched a channel about lucid dreaming. Despite the fact that his videos are only a few minutes long, Beluga has become the session time king on YouTube. We all know that watch time is extremely important to grow on YouTube, so how can a guy who only makes 2 and 3 minute videos be getting so much promotion? Well, that's because Beluga makes bingeable loops of content, which means the average session time is long. There were 11 distinct sound changes in the first 10 seconds of the video. You're practically compelled to play because of the constant pinging of Discord. With so much going on, it's impossible to get bored. The explosion sound effects and music offer diversity, while the uncomfortable pauses enhance the hilarity. A lot of producers put all their effort on the visual editing and not enough on sound. Beluga uses this mostly to keep the spectator engaged. The real genius of Beluga comes from his storytelling. I know on the surface he might not seem like the shakes, but if you look away for even a second you will miss vital context. There's also a sneakier reason for this: because messages move so quickly, you'll naturally have to pause and rewind a few times per video. This can lead to spikes in retention and actually count for a longer average view duration. It begins with a realistic circumstance, where the main actors quarrel or there's a misunderstanding, and the video progresses to the punchline. This is the backbone for all of his Discord skits. In order to keep the spectator engaged, the tale is continually changing. These days, YouTube videos don't only have a beginning, middle, and conclusion, they must have several moving sections. Even though we've covered a lot of ground, something is still lacking that, in my opinion, is the primary cause of this. Beluga earned 4 million members in just 3 months, so we're ready to move on to the next level. This is the best title and thumbnail method ever discovered by Beluga. To begin, let's look at the titles of Beluga's videos. He discusses themes that are highly relevant, and his naming approach of when you is quite inclusive. Beluga's titles, on average, are just 33 characters long, which is less than half the length of the typical YouTube video title, making them more accessible to a wider audience. This is a distinct edge in the marketplace. The video's theme may be fully grasped by viewers in a single glance. How often he utilizes random numbers in his titles is another smart method he employs here. He uses 9.17 seconds or a 97.1% success rate in the first place. The thumbnails are meant to feel like your own screen, and this is evident in the first thing they capture, something that's immediately recognizable in the first-person perspective, like the Discord frame requests or the iPhone time limit. There'll be more to learn from the thumbnails, as well. This adds to the wide appeal of his books. The most important aspect of his thumbnails is that they are always halted just before something happens, leaving you with an unresolved tale, like this one, for example. He also purposely maintains his thumbnails amateur-looking, even leaving in things like typos and blur, since he wants to stand out in a sea of highly polished thumbnails. What is Beluga about to say that will end the argument? His films stand out like a sore thumb, which is a tactic in and of itself, but they also give reality to the videos since the best memes and viral videos always seem handcrafted. It's simple, but when put together, He sells the video to the viewer. I think if there's one thing we can be certain of, this guy's growth was far from an accident. He executed the perfect plan.